Grizzlies. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K. And, we don't often get really good news in a missing persons or true crime case. And as you know, I follow many cases. I don't present them all because that would be virtually impossible, especially with all the hours I put into what I do. But I've been following along in this case, and I was just so worried about this 2-year-old boy who was missing in Florida. And I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen? So, what an excellent outcome this has had. I was like so happy. You have no idea that I thought, you know what? Could we just have a moment to actually enjoy a good outcome for once? This is fantastic. Thank you so much, Griminator Patty. If you guys wouldn't mind, please like the video and share it anywhere you like: Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, whatever it is, even with your friends on wherever, email, WhatsApp. Please share it. And you can use the hashtag JJ Rowland. I think that's what they're mainly using on Twitter. JJ, even though his name is Joshua. So if you've never heard of this case, don't worry. I've, of course, made a tiny little presentation for you guys. Let me just quickly check here. Yeah, hashtag JJ Rowland is what everyone's using on Twitter. Okay, so Joshua JJ Rowland is a 2-year-old boy who went missing from his home on Cheever Road, Hernando County, Florida. He was last seen at approximately 10:40 a.m. on Thursday, February 23rd. His mother discovered him missing around 11 a.m. He was reported missing around noon. He was wearing a Batman shirt and pajama bottoms and had no shoes on from the last time that he was seen. And the area is rural with lots of bodies of water and wooded areas. So can you imagine how scary that is? I watched all the press conferences and I was following this case really, actually, with a lot of anxiety of like, oh no, what's going to happen? Whew. Okay, so the police used canines, drones, helicopters, searches on foot, and every resource possible to find JJ. On Friday, today, just a few hours ago, February 24th, 2023, a volunteer searcher found JJ in the woods north of his home. I will show you a map as well to show you where everything happened, but oh my word, we're going to look at the interview as well. There's 2 interviews of the searcher who found him. And I just think it's just the beauty again of community, which is what we are, right? We are Grizzly True Crime, a community. And I just find that the true crime community and social media in general, I know it can have some dark sides. It can have a lot of, I don't know, negativity sometimes. But you know what? If the intention is always to help find missing persons, to help in any way that we can for families who are struggling with the grief of losing a loved one, especially if it's a true crime case, right? Man, like in this case, so much was shared. This case was shared everywhere. Volunteers went out there. People drove far to go and help out. And at the end of the day, it was a volunteer searcher who found JJ. And I think that's amazing. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate this moment with me. I really, really appreciate that you are choosing to spend your time here with me on a Friday. Peaky says, finally, we hear some wonderful news. I know, we're always trying to brace ourselves, right? There we go. Monique says, gee, please reiterate how important social media is. YouTubers help communities communicate in real time and creating important support. Yes, that's the thing. And the police, in this case, they did everything right. The press conferences, they've already had 2 press conferences. I mean, this boy went missing yesterday. Amazing, right? Kept everyone in the loop, said what's happening, said, look, we don't mind if you come out, please search, please look at every property. If you live in the area, just look wherever you can. Keep your eyes open, right? And share it everywhere. It was great. That's what people did. And I'm just so amazed, right? So let's continue on here. Jan says, new case to me, but great news. So there were 2 press conferences held about JJ's disappearance. And within 2 hours of that second press conference that we all watched probably on WFLA this afternoon, I was lurking on a few streams. Okay. Sometimes I'm a lurker. So if you're a lurker, well, hello. I hope that you are at least subscribed and that you hit the bell, because that's what I do when I'm lurking. So there were 2 press conferences held about JJ's disappearance. And within 2 hours of that second press conference, the excellent news was heard that JJ had been located. That's a picture of him with the volunteer who found him. So this little boy survived for almost 24 hours in the woods, you guys. Now I was looking at the temperature. It's actually pretty warm there in Florida, It's pretty warm. So what was the weather like? The high was around 86. I'm just looking at the 24-hour period, right? The high was around 86 Fahrenheit, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, or 30 degrees Celsius. Pretty damn warm there. And the low was around 68 Fahrenheit, which is around 20 degrees Celsius. So at least it wasn't super freezing, but how scary. Oh my word. So he had no water, no food, no shelter, and no shoes. Wow. I mean, and we'll hear from the volunteer who found him, oh, shame. As he walked up to him, he was calling his name, saying, "Your mom's going to get you. Your mom's coming." And then as he spotted him, he just like lifted his hands, like to pick him up. Shame. Okay. So let me show you here from the Hernando County Sheriff's Office. I'm going to share here volunteer Roy Link. So look at his name as well. I'll zoom in now. Don't worry. But Roy Link, okay, speaks to Sheriff Nienhuis. That's a very Dutch surname, Nienhuis. How do you guys say it? Nienhuis. Nienhuis about locating Joshua JJ Rowland.
I'm Hernando County Sheriff Al.
No, we want to actually boost it. And like this. Yes. Okay, and we can even do it full screen. Here we go.
Give me that. I'm Hernando County Sheriff Al Nienhuis, and I'm here with Roy Link. He is the man of the year here in Hernando County. He's the gentleman who found little JJ. We were just talking, and both of us were getting a little emotional because I guess little JJ glommed onto him and didn't want to let go. He was so excited to see him. So I just wanted to let you know on behalf of the men and women of law enforcement and the entire county, and frankly, probably the whole United States, thank you for coming out. I know you were a former Marine, and you're a can-do type person, and you did. But I also know that Mr. Link was representative of probably at least a couple hundred volunteers that came out, and he happened to be the one to be the right place at the right time. But I will tell you, between the law enforcement agencies and the civilians that were out here, we had hundreds of people looking for JJ, and it was a true miracle. And for those of you who prayed for little JJ that he would be found safe, your prayers were answered. And so thank you for your prayers. If you didn't come out, and if you did come out, thank you for your prayers and for coming out and helping those who donated food. Everybody had a role in this, and we certainly appreciate that. Thank you all for your support of law enforcement, and thank you for your help in finding JJ.
And I just want to add that I say a prayer about 10 minutes for our family.
You did. Well, there you go. God is real. Give me that.
Okay, so if anyone missed it, I hope you'll go back and watch. Let's just go like this. Sorry. We're going to do Roy Link. So you guys are like, Roy, former U.S. Marine, huh? Roy Link. So that's his name. Just remember his name because I think it's pretty amazing that he found him. I know, as the sheriff said, right place, right time, but still amazing. So here as well, this is the news that happened right after the press conference.
Good morning. I know we've had a lot of bad news over the last 24 hours, but I'm happy to report that we had the best news that anybody could want. We have found JJ. He seems...
The sound is not so great. Just hold on. It's so weird how they've got like just single audio everywhere, It's just here.
To be fine. Here's actually a picture of him behind me with one of the rescuers. He seems to be doing fine. Paramedics, literally, it was just a couple minutes ago, paramedics are en route to check him out. But I will tell you that I was hoping and praying for a miracle. I certainly was not expecting one. But I think a lot of people were praying, and prayer works. That's all I got to say. So thank you all for coming out and helping. And for our media partners, thank you all for getting the word out. We certainly had no clue what happened to him. He was found.
I mean, the press conferences sounded so scary, as time went on, hours and hours going by, like, oh my word, they used FLIR, drones, canines, everything, bloodhounds, everything possible. And I was getting really worried. So this is amazing. Thank you so much, Molly Thompson, for that $20 super sticker. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Artemis.
North of the residence, just south of Parrott Middle School. So he was quite a ways away from home. But the good news is he did not end up in any water, obviously, and he was not abducted. He was found in the woods. He seems to be fine. He's definitely going to have something to tell his kids and grandkids about, that's for sure. But And I'm sure mom and dad are going to keep a little closer eye on him from this point forward. But again, thank you all very much. And it's a miracle. There's no doubt about it. So thank you.
Sheriff, who did find him?
That I'm not even sure about. I know there's a picture of a gentleman there. I'm not sure if it was one of our law enforcement people or one of our volunteers. I don't even know that yet. We wanted to get the information.
Roy Link. Now we know his name. Thank you so much. Jennifer says, thank you, G, for all your hard work in covering all of the cases. Thank you so much for that.
Out there as quickly as we could. So.
What's his condition right now?
Again, I'm not sure, but it looks from the picture that he's smiling, so he must be doing fairly well. So.
Sheriff, talk to us a little bit about this community that we saw come out here today.
We live in a great county. Hernando County is great. It supports our law enforcement. And
sorry to interrupt. I'm going to show you map time after this to show you where exactly this happened.
We were overwhelmed. We certainly had a lot more volunteers than we had jobs for them, and we had people that were willing to come out and help. And it certainly warms your heart. That's another part of this story. A secondary part of the story is that the vast majority of citizens are good people, law-abiding citizens who want to do anything to get a 2-year-old back to his parents. So, all right. Any other questions? We'll get more information out as soon as we can, but we certainly wanted to update the public as well as all of our volunteers that they can stand down. And JJ appears to be fine, and we'll be reuniting him with his parents very shortly. So thank you all for coming out.
Sheriff,
Thank you, volunteers.
Yes. So cool. Okay. So now that it's such great news, guess what, guys? We can play our original map time song. You know? Here we go. Okay, so here's the map. We're looking at Florida. Okay, we've got it here. And so let's make it full screen. Then if we go to this west side, here's Orlando. All right, and we go zoom in here to Brooksville, Hanover County. And they say here, Cheever Road. And everyone typed in the 10400 block of Cheever Road. It's along here is where he went missing from. There's actually someone that saw him playing in the yard at around 10:40 a.m. So he got dropped off by a relative at 9:45ish, and then at 10:40, someone was going to go get gas, and they actually saw him playing in the yard. They actually recognized him. And then at 11, his mom had woken up from a nap, and she realized, oh my word, he's missing. So she looked everywhere for him. The police said, they're not blaming his parents for. We would all react like, oh my word, look. But he said, if you ever have a child going missing or anyone going missing, first immediately call it in. Then you can look or whatever. But call it in first, because those first few hours are so critical, right? So Hernando County, Florida. So around here, okay, and where he was found was actually, this is now a 1.9 mile drive, but they said just south of the D.S. Parrott Middle School in the woods. Can you believe it? Welcome to membership. Julie, it's nostalgic, isn't it? Jenna's like, here's the size of a gator snack. Yes. Can you believe it? And if you look around the area, so just south of that, somewhere in this wooded area, is where he was found. Thank you, Petey. Like Pernille said, great to see you smile. Thank you so much. Yeah, I suppose you guys don't see that too often, right? This is just such amazing news. So if you look around here, I mean, damn, look at the wooded areas. Look at all these bodies of water. I know this is pretty far-ish from here, but even just here, I mean, it was actually I was really worried about this. I was like, oh no, I hope they find him. And to think they just found him somewhere up there in the woods, just south of the D.S. Parrott Middle School. Shame. So now that you've seen where it is, we don't have to drive to the laundries, right? 4343 Wabasa? Not now, huh? Okay, so what I want to show you is this one. Yeah, this is a longer interview. Yeah, this one. Sorry, I got to do this every time. Sometimes it just needs to just be reset. Okay, so let's do that. There. All right, let's hear it here.
That little boy.
Yeah, it it's so many emotions, I guess.
Oh, shit.
I would say who wouldn't get emotional, with that situation. But I was just so happy I found him, so happy he was alive and well, and just seeing the parents reunited with him, and I just couldn't ask for a better day, a better outcome, and I'm just pleased with all these people that showed up. It could have been anybody, just happened to be me.
What was the look on his face when he saw you?
He seemed he wasn't smiling, but he was happy, and he put his hands up in the air for me to come get him. So I was calling his name, and I just started saying, "Your mom's coming," because I didn't want to scare him. But that didn't seem to scare him. He was happy when I picked him up, and like I said, I think he was in some briars, so he didn't want to go any further. But he was standing up, and he looked like he'd been hiking for a while. So maybe he'll end up being my hiking buddy when he gets older.
As a Marine, does it shock you how a 2-year-old can survive out there for 24 hours?
It is. It really is. Yes. You probably wouldn't find a lot of adults that would stay out there in the middle of the night. And, who knows what's out there. I mean, we have, coyotes and bobcats and that type of stuff. And, but
I mean, you guys, coyotes, some of you say coyotes, bobcats, snakes, bugs. I mean, whoa, he does look like he's got a lot of bug bites and things. I'll show you a picture. But wow, like he survived for 24 hours out there in the woods.
But I'm sure being 2, he had to be scared, especially during the night. But he seemed in good spirits. He wasn't, didn't seem to be any danger. I saw the scratches on his legs and his arms, and, I took a picture with me and his family, his parents and him, and he was just happy. He was happy, happy to be back.
How thankful are you that, instead of going on that?
Thank you so much, Pernille. I really appreciate it, for happy news and great communities and people like Roy and G. Thank you so much.
Fishing trip this morning, you decided to spend your time searching for this little.
Yeah, well, I'm very thankful. It's I think a lot of people here probably felt the same way. And I don't know. I figure I'd go fishing anytime, but I need to come out and help everybody. And I know the area good. Being a 3rd generation here in Brooksville, I've got this county pretty figured out. So it was just great. I'm sure the Lord told me to be here.
Did you speak to his parents at all?
I did. Yes, I was in the ambulance with them, and they insisted on taking a picture with me. And of course, they hugged me. The whole family, grandma, cousins, everybody. And like I said, it's just
Wow, loud trucks and cars. Sorry about that.
just my lucky day. Our lucky day, I should say. It's everybody's lucky day, and I'm just glad I was a part of it.
And what exactly did you say that you heard that made you walk in that direction?
It was almost a whimpering noise, but he didn't really seem to be crying. It was almost like the birds were crying, but he was just kind of making some childhood noises, nothing like he wasn't screaming or crying that he had any major problems. And as soon as he see me, you could almost see him light up, and as soon as I seen him and his hair, I'm like, that's him. And so, of course, I jumped on 911, and it's kind of hard because I was trying to, keep him calm, instead of trying to. So another gentleman, I yelled at him and said, I've got him. So he come and I gave him my phone and said, will you talk to 911? So that's kind of where we're at. Within minutes, we were loaded with deputies, and, everybody was just thrilled to death that I've seen that this ended so great, really.
Can you describe the area kind of around?
Yeah, where I went, I came into a real wooded area over at Ernie Weaver Youth Park, which is just north of here. And I come through, and then I come to a big pasture, kind of like the one right behind you. And, there's different areas that you could go. I looked to the right, and I could see Cobb Road, the truck route down here.
So I decided to go straight, and off to one side, I seen a couple things they use on fields for fertilizing, big water tanks and all they use. And I was like, well, let me go check that, make sure he's not around there, you know. So I did. I came back over to where I was at, and here I'm trying to decide which way to go. And I kind of looked in the area as though this is where I'm going, and that's where I heard it. And he was 100 feet away is about it. So, you know, I'm sure everybody here was wishing somebody found them. I just happened to be the guy. So, you know, I'm no hero or nothing else. It just was my lucky day.
I mean, we think it's pretty amazing, right? He said he knows the area very well. He's a former Marine. So he's like, I'm no hero. Anyone could have found him. But he found him. Roy. Amazing.
Lifelong friend, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yes, for sure. Yep. I got to meet back up with him. But,
And hearing right there from Roy Link.
Sorry, that was loud. My bad. No, it was so soft out there.
A Brooksville man who found 2-year-old JJ Rowland. He is now at his home. He is with his parents. He is safe. You heard from so many saying just scratches, bug bites, but he is otherwise doing well. Roy saying that he was trying to figure out where to go and just about 100 feet away heard some noises.
Sorry, Lost in Space says, rest in peace, headphone users. I agree. I'm going to take the lady off for a second here. Sorry about that. I would have to adjust the sound again. Let me show you the picture, though. Here we go. Okay. We've got Van here, too. So look. JB from WFLA said, what a stream. Missing 2-year-old Joshua JJ Rowland is found alive in the woods by a volunteer after disappearing for about 24 hours in Brooksville, Florida. JJ survived outside in the woods overnight completely alone, but today was reunited with his family. Hallelujah, it says. Look, so you could see some scratches and some bug bites. Wow. So he went with his Batman shirt and pajama pants and no shoes and was in the woods for almost 24 hours. Shame. Wow. But what a happy ending, right? Okay, so let's just see what. Oh, that was the weather I was checking. Here is the community's response. Relatives, sorry, they say relatives react after missing Brooksville toddler is found safe.
Oh, all of the moms out here today. There was a mom I talked to today that lost her son in a drowning 23 years ago, and she was here today looking for this baby. It's incredible. It's incredible. I just want to hug Jamie. I just want to hug Jamie.
And what is your first and last name?
Christina Sowers.
How do you spell it?
SOWERS. I am so excited. I am so excited. They found that baby.
And what is your relationship, friendship? You know,
it's my cousin. It's my mom's sister's family. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Just your thoughts hearing this wonderful news.
I can't wait. I can't expect him. Yeah, he had to be right here. He's 2 with no shoes. He had to be right here. That's why we weren't leaving. He's here, and we knew it.
They're the most beautiful family.
How thankful are you that he's okay?
Oh, I can't believe how thankful this support this town has come together, and the law enforcement and the animals, the horses, the people out of nowhere. I mean, driving home, I was just in tears at all the vehicles and everybody walking, the lights.
Friends. This is Dad's company over here.
In this neighborhood.
Dad works for the he's got the whole crew came out.
Everybody from work, everybody.
All the teachers and the school staff today, you should have seen them
everybody
in line. They said if you're from the schools, you don't have to get a background, and it was just piles of them.
I think the fact that
so
it's
awesome.
24 hours and a little guy like that.
It was so bad. Nobody got any sleep last night. Nobody got.
Raised boy's tough. He can
we
survive.
Were here.
It's
yep.
just like camping. Come on, it was a cool camping trip.
She's like, it was a cool camping trip. That's it. I mean, I hope he doesn't ever go out there so far again, right? Wow, but the little guy survived out there overnight with no shoes, no food, no water, no shelter. Shame, my word.
Oh, they found him.
Such a strong, beautiful little boy to be able to make it through all these hours.
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable. I'm so thankful. I'm just overwhelmed. I just can't wait to see the baby and the mama.
And your first and last name, and how do you spell it?
I'm Terry Smith, and I am. I don't,
Cousin?
no, it's my sister's grandchild, so it's my nephew. I don't know. My brain is
Terry, Terri.
Why?
Why? Smith.
Smith. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you for helping and the support and being here. Everything is crazy. The donations.
I'm so happy it didn't last a minute longer.
Oh, I know. I don't know if anybody goes.
No. We woke up this morning and we said today on sunlight.
That's right.
Sunlight today. That's it.
We were out of the house.
You say nothing else different. That's all you say.
Shows how people come together.
Oh, it's amazing. You guys have been amazing too. You guys have been so respectful.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Thanks.
Okay. So wasn't that just, we need this, right? Sometimes we really need to celebrate these good moments because there's so many absolutely grim and terrible ones. Oh, Kathleen says great aunt. Okay, yeah, I was trying to do that calculation. I'm like, then okay, so great aunt. The lady that was speaking would be his great aunt. And Julie says, so grateful Gisela is giving this fantastic news. Yes, we gotta. Doesn't it just warm your heart? I mean, sometimes we need that. We're always so shielded. We're getting ready for always the worst news possible, and I was so worried about this case, and I'm just so glad that they found him and that he's okay, reunited with his family. I just want to see if there's anything else. I wanted to show you this one quickly, where they say Hernando Toddler found alive after being missing for nearly 24 hours. After nearly 24 hours of frantic searching by law enforcement, dive teams, and volunteers, 2-year-old Joshua JJ Rowland was found alive and safe on Friday morning. JJ was found still wearing his Batman shirt and pajama bottoms, now dirtied. His large blonde curls were matted and twigs were stuck in his hair. He was barefoot and had been in the elements alone for nearly 24 hours. But as it appears now, he's doing just fine, Sheriff L. Ninhays said, getting choked up as he spoke to the media on Friday morning. Ninhays made the announcement just before 11 a.m. to resounding cheers of joy. I was hoping and praying for a miracle. I was certainly not expecting one, Ninhays said, but I think a lot of people were praying and prayer works. The boy was found north of his home, just south of D.S. Parrott Middle School. So when we looked on the map to drive from the area where his house is, and I didn't show his specific address for the person who was snarky earlier. I show a general area. I don't even know his specific address, okay? But that general area, okay, and to the D.S. Parrott Middle School is about 1.9 miles to drive. So just to go kind of straight up, if that's how you went north, maybe it's a mile to a mile and a half or so. That's pretty far, right? For a 2-year-old with no shoes on, shame. So the boy was found north of his home, just south of D.S. Parrott Middle School, 19220 Youth Drive in Brooksville, by a volunteer searcher, according to a media release from the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office has not yet named the volunteer, so now we know it's Roy. JJ is doing well, the media release said, and was being transported by paramedics to be looked over. Ninhays said the sheriff's office was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support by the community. This morning, the sheriff's office had more volunteers than jobs for those that showed up to help look for the boy. JJ was believed to have left a home in the area of Cheever Road and Yontz Road while his parent was asleep on Thursday morning. The boy was last seen at about 10:40 a.m. on Thursday. His mother discovered him missing around 11 a.m. and reported his disappearance to the authorities about an hour later, Ninhays said. The home is in northern Brooksville in an area deputies described as rural and with multiple bodies of water. Law enforcement from across the state, including the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the Florida Department of Corrections, and local law enforcement were searching for the boy for over 24 hours. So that is what we have for today. I just want to quickly check one more thing, which is I just want to see if there's any other pictures or anything under the hashtag. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll tell you now what my handle is. I just changed it a little bit recently, so that you could find it really easily. I think it's True Crime Gisela. Yes, you could find me there. And if you go hashtag JJ Rowland, you'll see all the latest news. Thank you so much to all the Grizzlies that are sharing this stream. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, so there's nothing really new there that I can show you. We've looked at every update we possibly can now. I really appreciate you being here with me as we celebrate a good moment in true crime and missing persons cases. If you wouldn't mind, earlier I had David Robinson on the show. I had a live stream earlier with him talking about the Daniel Robinson case. that is a very sad one. Daniel's been missing for 611 days, and David is going out tomorrow to search the desert with a team of volunteers for the 48th time tomorrow. So if you could please give that episode some love, please you could watch it in the background or whatever. If you could like it and share it as well, hashtag please help find Daniel, and please leave a lovely comment there, because David does read the comments there too. That would be much appreciated. You could subscribe to his channel too. It's at Please Help Find Daniel. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. And let's all think of him tomorrow as he goes out there for another grueling desert search. If you've never heard of the case, I do have a playlist for you, and you can check it out from the live stream earlier. It's all linked there. Robin, thank you so much. Thank you for what you do and for this community. Thank you guys so much. I really love this community. I'm very, very grateful for all of you. Thank you to everyone who's here as we explore all these cases and uncover them and face them every day. So I think it's important, when there's good news like this, to share it together, because man, we brave some storms sometimes, huh? So Frog Butt Mama says, enjoy your weekend, G. It's been a rough week. It has. It's been very, very hectic. Thank you, Rainy Day Lady. Great job on the story. Thanks. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right. And everyone who's already subbed to Please Help Find Daniel and donated and signed. That is wonderful. Thank you so, so much. So if you've never heard of the case, go check out the episode. I recapped it at the end for you as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Happy Friday to all of you. I mean, today is a happy Friday. Sure, I'm so relieved. Happy Friday, happy weekend to you, and I will see you all again very soon. I'm always working on things behind the scenes, so you'll see me very soon again. Thank you so much, mods. I really, really appreciate it. And lastly, if anyone has never heard of the Daniel Robinson case, David Robinson is his dad, and he was speaking to us earlier. Just if you want to hear from him, if you've never heard from him, he's been on our show many times, so go check that out. All right, everyone, happy weekend, and I'll see you very soon. Okay, bye.